G'day, it's finally happened. The trip to Tasmania, I'm very excited about it. In fact, I'm actually in Tasmania right now. So if you're going to go that way, make certain you plan well ahead. If you don't plan, maybe a little sneaky way of doing it is to look out for cancellations, and you might be able to hook in on the ferry there. As for getting back, I wanted to come back in June, either come back in March or in August. So make certain you're organised, not like me. Anywho, let's go. Good morning, top of the morning to you. So you can hear the birds are excited as well. I'm in a line now just before the getting on the Spirit of Tasmania. As I said, very excited, and there's a lot of people here, but they seem to be very organised. It's 8:30, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've been here for about half an hour, just sort of setting up, getting ready, and we leave at 10:30. That's it. Great news, we're now leaving on the Spirit of Tasmania obviously, and we should be there in about another 12 hours. The good news is no flies. How good is that? Now I've got to say the seas are as calm as, but I just thought you might appreciate the fact that there is obviously some movement. It's a big ship and there's a 1 metre swell, if that means anything to you, and the winds are 20 to 25 knots. But there was a bit of a skill walking up and down the corridors and up all around the ship. So if you come on board, try not to move around too much if you don't have good sea legs. So I'm out on the deck at the moment. It's obviously pretty windy, pretty noisy, but I just wanted to give you an idea. It's just like any big ship. Up here you've got your lifeboats, having not to, desperately not to have to see the inside of one of those. And yeah, if you want to come out and get some fresh air, because some people do get seasick regardless. Just for your information, I took a Quail's, one of those seasick tablets, just as I was getting on the ship, and we'll see how we go. As you can see, it's pretty windy, and but actually the outside wind, is 20 to 25 knots, and the seas are 1 metre swell, which is kind of nothing. For those who need to be entertained all the time, they've actually got a cinema here, and some of the movies are not too bad. I think Adam Black, or is it, or Black Adam or whatever, is one of the shows, and there's a choice of about 4. They're on about 2:30 in the afternoon, 5:30 in the afternoon, and I think maybe one other session. From memory, the costs on that is around about $10, which is pretty good these days. And yeah, so if you've got kids that you want to entertain, that would be another way of doing it as well. Check this out. It's a locker system, and they're all, pretty sure they're all about the same size. And you just go in here and you press your button, blah blah blah, and it costs you $5 for 12 hours or $6 for 15. And basically, I'm pretty sure I'm right. I've already paid, and they allocate you a random number, a random box number, and then I'm pretty sure I can open it and reopen it, lock it as often as I want in that 12 hours. But just good if you've got valuable equipment that you don't want to get stolen, or you don't want to stress about, so you can lock it away, and it's all good. Good morning, top of the morning to you. Well, here it is, I'm on the Apple Isle, Tasmania already. This is my first morning, stayed here last night, got lucky, couldn't find it. I was so disorganised. Anyway, I found this place, stumbled upon it. Definitely one place worth recommending. And from here I'm either going to stay a day or I'm going to head up towards a place called Penguin. But the thing about this place, it's just outstanding. If you like nature and like green grass and sort of you can spread out, have a big stretch, this is the place. And this one, I think you can stay here for 48 hours. So that's a big welcome for me to Tasmania, and let's get on with the adventure. So for those who are into trains, this could be a real dream. Now I don't know what it is, all I know is it's a red train. This is not the train that I took going down the beach. That beach trip is about 10 minutes to get down. Normally you have about half an hour break and then jump back on the train and come back. There's no coffee, no facilities down there, so it's just a matter of stretching your legs and having a bit of a walk around.
These steam locos, the M class, this is an MA class which was modified here in Tasmania, but the 10M class and the 8H class were built in 1951 and bought out Tasmania, and the first two X class diesel electrics were on the same ship.
Well, there's no prize for where I am. I'm in the township of Penguin, and apparently this is one of the places, a bit like Phillip Island, it's one of those places that you can actually go and you can check out the penguins, I think for free. Anywho, we'll go and check that out. But all throughout the town there's little penguin things and penguin signs and all sorts. It's all about the penguin. Definitely a great place to visit, and you're right on the ocean if you want to have a swim. As I said, they are absolutely everywhere, but they're great to see. And hopefully this afternoon or this evening I'll pop down and check out some live ones either coming in to the beach or in the area. And so again, the place is called Penguin. Here's a random tip for when you're on the ferry coming from Geelong to Tasmania or going the other way. When I came over, what wasn't I thinking? I parked the car, left, jumped in, climbed up, went on to level 7 and just explored the whole ferry. That was great. And then when it came time and they said, right, you can go back to your cars, I came back, I had no idea where my car and caravan was. When you're leaving the car and caravan, you're going, opening that special door, right next to the door they've got these little things. And it's written, they're all different for every door that we come to. So this just says 3 port, that means I'm on level 3 and I'm on the port side. That would have made it so much easier. Alternatively, if you couldn't be bothered doing that and you do get lost, you'll probably be able to find your car because people will be tooting like, come on mate, we're trying to go. Or alternatively, over the PA system, car registration blah blah blah, please go to your vehicle, which would be okay to go to your vehicle if you knew where it was. G'day. I just wanted to share this experience with you. I'm just about to go and see some penguins. Now you can't see penguins, or it's the best time to see penguins is in the dark, so I'll try and get some actual footage, but that's going to be a bit tricky because the actual light on penguins, it disturbs them a lot. In fact, some LEDs, if they're bright enough, they can damage the penguin's eyes, so none of us want that. Very exciting. I'm on a private tour. Now this tour, I'll put details at the end. You can actually do this tour, but just keep in mind that Keith, who runs them, can only fit in probably a maximum of 10 at a time, so keep that in mind. And oh, I'm so excited. There's lots to talk about what penguins are and where they're from and so on and so forth. So rather than me carry on, let's go and check them out. Last night there was only 3 of us, myself and a couple of ladies, and seriously, I think the whole time we were there was for 2 hours, and we just saw so much. First of all, we saw the penguins were coming in. Now when they come in little groups, and where I was, there was a little group on that side and a little group on that side, and then you would stop seeing them and they would kind of get a little bit organised. Then they would scurry up to a rock, and then they'd wait there for a little bit, and then they'd scurry up to the next rock, because obviously they're trying to keep themselves protected and don't leave themselves open into any sandy area. And as they're doing all that, as I said, they're coming in groups. So last night we saw 6 groups, and each group was probably, I don't know, between 5 and 10, say 7 on average, and they would come up, do their little thing. And now to watch them, you can't really, it's a bit hard to see in the dark. So apparently red torches, the infrared torches, or a torch with the infrared mode, is safe for penguins. So that's well worth keeping an eye on as well. And now the little baby ones, just as in the film Happy Feet, little baby ones are all quite fluffy. And once they're born up to 8 weeks, they've got to get organised. Mum and Dad will go out fishing all day, and then they'll come in just at night time. They come in, then they will feed the little chicks. And apparently, here's this, apparently the chicks are very aggressive and very ill-mannered. So once Mum or Dad gives them a little bit of food, which they do by regurgitating, like that, I know what you're going to say, how's it done? Like that. Once the first regurgitation is given to the little chicks, the chicks, great, oh okay. Now they give the parents no respite whatsoever, and if the parents don't keep feeding them continuously, they get really aggressive. And they give me some food, give me some food. So keep that in mind for your teenagers. You think your teenagers are mischievous sometimes, these guys are out of control. So I'm just on this little walk. I just saw 2 what they call paddy melons. Looks a bit like a little rock wallaby. And that was quite exciting. The environment changes a lot. You've got pencil pines here, and then you've got lots of other stuff. I'm at the beginning of King Billy Track. I think it's about 20 minutes to walk its little circuit. It's part of a series of tracks. But that kind of timing and distance, that sounds just perfect for me. I'm becoming more and more infatuated with Tasmania. I can't see anything wrong with it. The paths are well made and carefully constructed and thought through. It's already got nature well on its side, so go Tassie. Okay, I haven't walked very far. I'm doing the Dove Lake circuit, and just over my shoulder you can actually see the Cradle Mountain. The cradle itself is the little dip part, and it's supposed to be the cradle for a little baby, and the head is up this end, and yeah, and just below me is obviously Dove Lake. So to get here you can get the bus, free bus, all the way down to the base, and then from there you can walk probably 7 minutes to get to where I am, which is called Glacier Rock. And then if you want to walk around the whole circuit, it's around about 2 to 3 hours. Now, if you like your things to be big, or if you love cricket, this is for you. 6 metres tall. They're a set of wickets. You got either end as well. Now, these were put here in 2009, and they're commemorating a famous Tasmanian cricketer. If he was in proportion to this, he would have to be 15 metres tall. So there you are, big wickets. What an outstanding place. Another freebie just out of a little town called Burnie. Not sure what you can see, I'll give you a better look, but that's basically the ocean. Van, so good. Well, there you have it. My first week in Tasmania, and I absolutely love it. I am so infatuated with this little state. It's awesome. Every day my jaw just drops. It is incredible beauty. The cows look contented. It's just, I just can't fault it. Lots of green grass, probably because they get a fair bit of rain. People are easy to get on with, and there's lots of free camps or low budget camps. Keeping in mind, I've only been here a week, so I might be over exaggerating, but I really do love it. So if you get an opportunity, come down here to Tassie. If you found the video useful, helpful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time, this is 4 Wheel Drive, signing off.